In this video we're going to talk about how we harvested, distilled this eucalyptus oil from my parents' farm about 3.5 hours south of here, and we're even going to talk about how we made the foil label that's on this bottle. Now if you stick to the end, we are going to send one of these bottles out to someone anywhere in the world. Just stick to the end to find out how you can win. Alright, let's head down south. Well done, don't go too close.
Leave where the gasket's going to sit.
What's this? The gas thing? And I put this in.
Pump running through up into the condenser, steam rises, oil drips out into here.
Surface area, we can see the oil more clearly at the top. We just let all the oil come to the top. We'll be up to 100 mils and you'll be able to
I can see more oil.
look at it all coming out. Let's go straight into this one. Good.
Now, when I was editing this farm part you just watched, I was going to do some voiceover, but it just didn't feel appropriate when I was watching it back. It just seemed like it didn't need it. And when I was watching it, I got these overwhelming warm and fuzzies from my childhood and doing things with my grandfather. He taught me how to fish, he taught me how to sail, and just doing activities like that with family just creates everlasting memories. And I know my children are going to remember this moment for the rest of their lives, and just witnessing little moments like that and reflecting on them is what makes life great to me. Anyway, let's jump into a little animation video that I've created to explain distillation, and then after that we'll just jump straight into how we made the label. This is the base of the still that is filled with water and will be turned into steam when heat is applied to the base of the still. Next we need to put in the strainer that stops the leaves from mixing with the water. In goes the leaves of the narrow leaf peppermint gum, which is where we're getting the eucalyptus oil from in this distillation process. Putting the lid on is the next step. Gasket isn't represented in this diagram, but it creates a great seal and keeps the steam inside to help with the distillation process. You then need a cold water reservoir to pump cold water into the condenser to turn the steam vapor back into a liquid. Once the condenser is full of cold water, you can apply the heat to the bottom of the still and start the distilling process. Now the eucalyptus water is boiling, the steam produced picks up eucalypt particulates from the leaves that passes through the leaves and heads up into the condenser. When the steam builds up on the top of the still, it hits the cool wall surfaces of the condenser, and that steam is turned back into a liquid and it drips out, and this liquid is now a hydrosol ready to be separated into the eucalyptus oil. Hot water is pumped out of the condenser, making sure it stays cool. You need a big water source to keep the condenser cool, or you have to constantly replace the reservoir with water to maintain the temperature lower than the steam to help it condense. Now, after distilling all that oil, we need a label for all these little bottles, and this is the label I've come up with. And we need to print it many times because we're going to give it a silver metallic foil, and we're going to drop it onto this artwork below. We've got the crop marks already there, but we want to repeat it so that we can make lots of labels. Instead of doing it the hard way, we're just going to use a symbol. I've created this as a symbol. If you want to learn how to do that, just click in the top left hand corner and watch one of my other videos. Then all you do is see me just drop it inside the symbol, and you'll see it clone the whole artwork. Here's the artwork, and we'll just send that off to the printer, and we'll hit print. Just have to collect the artwork from the printer. I've printed on a clear glossy stock, the reason being such a small bottle, I didn't want to obstruct the actual oil inside. Here is some transfer silver metallic foil that we are cutting out to A4 size to fully cover the label print. With the foil machine that you're about to see in a second, you need to put everything that is going to be foiled inside this plastic sleeve to avoid any damage to your label. Okay, this is the Mink Hardy Swap, effectively a glorified laminator. And how it works is by heating up the ink that's been printed and the foil sticks to it. Let's get a final look at the label foiled just before we cut it out. It's hard to see, but it looks great. And it's really hard to catch in the right light. If you're a product photographer, you know this problem, how hard it is to capture a metallic surface. Just using a simple blade and a steel rule to cut out each label using the crop marks I provided in my print. I've slightly peeled back the label to avoid touching the undersurface with my sticky, filthy fingers, and I don't want fingerprints on that label, so I'm being extra careful to put it on. And here's a completed product. I'm really happy with how it turned out. Here's a few hero shots. Thanks for sticking around to the end. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Now you want to probably find out how you can win a bottle of this eucalyptus oil. Well, just let me know in the comments below what is the tree that we harvested the leaves from, not the narrowleaf peppermint gum. What's the scientific name for that tree? And I'll pick one of the random comments. Now it's probably going to be my mum because that's about the only person who watches this video, but be surprised and hopefully send it somewhere else besides down the road. See you in the next video.